going to have our own battle coming up here in just about, what, 2 weeks or so?
February 1st.
Molly, and of course, the caucus is everywhere you turn. It is caucus time. And did you realize there is Caucus the musical? How about that?
A take on the caucuses, huh? With singing and all kinds of good stuff.
We have a performance here coming up here momentarily. First, we do have the director of Caucus the Musical in with us, Allison Schaefer here. How are you? First of all, thank you for coming in.
Appreciate you having us.
Big day. We had a presidential candidate in here, so obviously people are in the mood, aren't they?
Definitely. We tried to see if he would be interested in doing the walk-on performance.
I heard you ask him.
What did he say?
He
smiled.
He smiled and said thanks for the offer, but
yeah, busy guy.
Yes.
But this is something else, isn't it?
It is. Robert John Ford, the playwright and composer, has put together a fabulous musical that he's made some amendments from the years in past and added a couple of extra candidates and family members, and so those people that maybe have seen it in the past are in for a new treat this time around.
There you go, and he's joining us. He's over at the Great Day Soundstage with the performers at this time. So again, what made you come up with this idea?
It had been brewing in my head for many, many years, ever since I was in college at Iowa State. It was a day that I was walking to class and I passed 3 different presidential candidates out in the snow wanting to shake my hand. And I just thought, this is so silly that it demands to be written about. And I thought it has to be a musical, absolutely.
And what's silly about it? I mean,
well, where else
some people call it not silly at all. But
well, where else in the world can you be walking to campus and see 3 potential presidents of the United States? They are desperate to shake your hand. So
kind of amazing, isn't it? So what take do you take on the caucuses, or what's the storyline?
Well, we approach it as if Iowa deserves the right to be first in the nation, and that the Iowans are very respectful and smart, and it's all the chaos that comes in from elsewhere that makes it a little bit crazy. So we treat Iowa and the caucus process very nicely.
Now, is everyone represented in Caucus the Musical?
We have composites of current and past candidates, but you shouldn't be able to immediately recognize anyone in particular, although this year you might be able to with one of the candidates. So
you can imagine who that might be.
Yeah.
All right, so if we're ready to go, I think you need to assume your position at the keyboard here as we get things up and going, Allison.
Yes, and we have this morning, we have Eldon Wise, Mavis McCormick, and Marlon Taylor, who are, Mavis owns the diner in town, and Eldon and Marlon frequent the diner, and they're about to sing the song Anything for a Vote.
Well, take it away.
Well, I tell you, I learned a long time ago that politicians need us a lot more than we need them, so you might as well take advantage of the situation. Back in January '96, I went to feed the hens and chicks, and there stood Pat Buchanan near the coop. What? He'd been there since the break of dawn. That's when he raked and mowed my lawn and walked my dog and picked up all his poop. At first I didn't understand, but as he reached to shake my hand, it hit me as I sat to milk the goat. I handed him the milking pail, for I was certain without fail he'd do anything for a vote.
Aw, hell, Eldon, that ain't nothing. Listen to what happened to me. It was Caucus Week 2004 when Wesley Clark walked through that door and asked, "What can I do to win your trust?" I said, for starters, you can clean behind that soda pop machine. Get rid of all that grime and all that dust. As he was scrubbing down the walls and lysoling the bathroom stalls, I sat down and enjoyed a root beer float. Why, tell him I'm Republican until he got those dishes done. Anything for a vote.
Anything for a vote.
John Kerry cleaned my vents.
Anything for a vote. Rick Perry built my fence. Iowans know well that a candidate will sell his soul to earn one measly caucus vote.
Nice stories, but I have both of you beat. In January 2008, it started snowing rather late, so I went out to shovel off my walk. Just at the moment I took 5, a Prius pulled into my drive, and there crammed in the backseat was Barack. He said, "Brother, put that shovel down. The chain gang stops while I'm in town. Go inside, relax, take off your coat." He found a white man to plow my lane. That white man's name was John McCain. Anything for a vote.
Newt Gingrich cleaned my chimney flues.
Joe Biden polished all my shoes.
George Bush took me to Dairy Queen.
I got massaged by Howard Dean.
Ralph Nader tuned up my old car.
John Edwards tuned up my guitar.
Mitt Romney taught my kids to swim.
Bill Clinton. Oh, you know what, guys? I think we're probably going to get bleeped on that line. So, folks, if you want to hear the Bill Clinton line, going to have to come and see the show.
Anything for a vote. Anything for a vote. Better make a list or two, cause those candidates will do anything for a vote.
There you go. That is what Caucus the Musical is going to be all about. And here is where you can see it perform. Oh, Tom Stoner Theater. How about that? You have a chance to go over, courtesy of all that. And order your tickets to DesMoinesPerformingArts.org. It starts on the 23rd, runs through February the 6th. The thing about this is, as you're singing and as they're mentioning all the different people, especially here in Iowa, Molly, we can picture these people doing everything that you guys have said.
Well, hold on now. No.
Yeah.
It's obviously fun, but I understand why no candidate would want to be a part of it because you're totally acting like they sold their soul. But it's fun. It's a take on what happens here in Iowa. I get it. It's funny, but
I can see them.
I don't think all those things really happen.
But it is fun, though, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun, and I think people are going to enjoy themselves immensely. So they need to go to caucusthemusical.com and order tickets.
There you go. It sounds great. Thank you all so much for performing for us. This is going to be a great time. Appreciate it so much.